この大きなこの小さな
Hey everyone, it's Enjoy English School. I'm Chris Gorski.
I'm Anthony.
It's day 2 of our The Return of the Drive-In story. We're on November 19th and page 42 and 43 of the magazine.
OK， 今天我们要讲的主题呢，一样是汽车露天电影院。我们昨天呢有稍微提到一下汽车露天电影院当初为什么会开始流行。很多时候呢，就变成是说，当你今天有非常非常多的流行病，那甚至有的时候他们希望能够在一个地方可以待在自己的汽车里面，然后看电影，然后还可以卿卿我我的，可以享受一些隐私，有没有？这是我们昨天所讲的话题。那我们今天要继续介绍更多跟汽车露天电影有关的主题哦。
Let's get ready. Start paragraph 1 right away. So before we begin paragraph 1, I want to go back to the first days of the drive-in.
我们要回去讲一下 first day of the drive-in， 就是关于我们第一天所提到的这些露天汽车电影院的一些重要的事情。
So if you wanted to go see a regular movie at a regular movie theater in 1933, it cost about 25 cents. That's like 10 NT.OK，
所以如果说今天你要回到1933年的时候，去一般的那种电影院去看一场这种要钱的电影的话，这个钱差不多是25美元，25美分，对不对？
美分 ，that's right.
大概是25美分，差不多是10块钱台币。
Yeah. And drive-ins also were 25 cents per person, but they wouldn't charge you more than $1. So what did people do? They would put like 10 people in a car and like squeeze in as many friends as you could, and then everybody would pay like 5 cents to go, like 1 NT, 2 NT to watch a movie.
好有画面哦，你可以想象吗？同样呢，你今天去看露天的这汽车电影院的话，一个人也是要加25美分，10块钱台币左右，在当初那个时候，可是他们最多一台车就是收1块钱，也就是4个人，因为一台车通常4个人嘛，所以你可以想象那个场景是很多人呢就拼命的好朋友都挤在同一台车里面，可能挤个5、6人、7、8人，然后一起去看电影，然后
后车厢也有，
后车厢啦、车顶啊，搞不好你能塞的尽量塞啊。
Oh, that sounds like fun. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, let's go to paragraph 1. The advantages of drive-ins, like privacy and convenience, are making them popular entertainment venues once again.
好，现在我们就看第一句话，他说 The advantages of drive-ins。好，他这边这样是，他提到说，像这种露天汽车电影院呢，它有一些好处。后面马上就告诉你说，像是我们之前提过的 privacy， 好，有隐私的感觉 ，and convenience 又很方便。Are making them popular entertainment venues once again， 又让他们成为新一度的大家看电影的新选择，现在变成时代的宠儿了。
If you remember our stories about the Icelandic Airways Festival, we use this word venues many times. A venue is a place where you have some kind of live event, usually some concerts. But here, this is a fine word for a drive-in theater as well.
没错，在这边的 venue， 我们之前在提到这个冰岛的音乐季的时候，也提过 venue 这个字，就是举办的场所。在这边的话，也就是你在看电影的选择的场地，也是可以用 venue 这个字来表达的。
And of course, we said the word advantages. Advantages 下面是一个 dis， 就是 disadvantages。that's 那个 advantages 的相反的意思。
如果在这个字前面加了一个 dis 这个字根的时候，它就是相反的概念，就变成 disadvantages， 就是指缺点。advantages 优点 ，disadvantages 缺点。
Our next sentence begins, thanks to inexpensive projectors and media technology, their return to popularity has actually been going on for some time now.
好，现在他告诉你 thanks to 什么东西。我们提到 thanks to 的时候，就是指讲原因 because of 这样的感觉。就 thanks to inexpensive projectors，projector 就是指投影机。现在投影机的这种科技慢慢发达起来，所以它的价格也会比较低。 inexpensive 指的就是 not very expensive。那这边讲到说 media technology 指的是多媒体的这种技术。OK， 整个这样价格就开始比较降下来之后呢 ，their return to popularity has actually been going on for some time now。所以现在越来越多，以前的时候你要买这么大的屏幕，然后要去做这个投影机，可能要花很多很多钱。但现在的话，因为价格降下来，比较有越来越多人选择去投资，去开一个这种汽车露天电影院。所以说，它现在汽车电影院呢，就开始越来越流行了起来。
So, thanks to, due to, or because of all need some kind of noun or VING gerund after it. Be careful because 那个我们用这个 because 的字之后 we need a whole new clause. 那个 subjects, a verb, and an object. 但是你加这个介系词的话 your preposition, don't forget your noun or VING.
这个字好重要。很多时候我们写下来。这个地方，如果你提到像我们提到 because of， 老师刚刚提到说，如果你只用 because 的话，后面要接整个有主词、有动词完整的子句。但如果你讲 because of, thanks to。due to 这种带有介系词的特色就是后面要接名词，如果碰到动词就改 VING， 这个是非常重要的事情。
Now, we say inexpensive, but don't forget, they're still expensive. Maybe 对一个电影院来说没有很贵 but some drive-in theater projectors can be almost 2 million NT dollars.
真的买一台要这样200万台币哦。
But it's like for a whole business. So 对展示来说 maybe it's inexpensive.
Yeah.
But maybe that's an especially expensive one too.
对，有可能，所以不要想到说很便宜，那我也买一台给我家里头用好了。没有。所以虽然说很便宜，这相对于要开创一个生意、一个事业的时候很便宜，那它是200万台币，可能对于经营一个电影院来讲没什么。可是你要买一台200万的投影机在家里，我看还是算了。
A lot of DIY drive-in theaters popped up in the 2000s and 2010s.
所以你看这边这句话说 ，a lot of DIY driving theaters， 好，很多人呢就去买了这些很大的，也比较没有那么贵的这种投影机，自己来制作出他们属于自己的这种汽车露天电影院。然后呢，这些电影院 popped up in the 2000s and 2010s， 也就是在2000年代到2010年代这段时间里头呢，有非常非常多的这种自助式的出来的这种露天汽车电影院开始纷纷出现了。
Let's take a quick break. Welcome back to Enjoy English School and our story on the return of the drive-in. Let's begin paragraph 2. The format presents certain challenges though.
好，接下来还看这句话，他说 The format presents certain challenges though， 这个 though 的意思呢，指的就是不过。好，很多时候，有的时候你可以用 however 带到这个句首，然后去讲后面的问题。但这边的话也是放在句尾，句尾的话，感觉它语气上面是比较稍微弱一点点的哈。不过呢，这样的做法呢，也出现了一些挑战，必须要去克服。
So a format is a style, S-T-Y-L-E. Format just means style. And above certain, write the letter S. So C is S, certain.
这个 certain C-E-R 那个 C 的话，记得要发 S 的声音 certain 就是一些 challenges 好像指的是这些挑战咯。
Our next sentence says, first of all, drive-ins need a lot of space to operate.
所以第一个大挑战是什么呢 ？First of all， 这个转折词先告诉你第一个论点。第一个论点就是 drive-ins， 好，这些露天汽车电影院呢，需要很大的空间才能够去经营。这个地方他说 need a lot of space to operate。operate 这边意思就是去经营、去管理的意思。
So most drive-ins can have a few hundred cars. The biggest ones in America could hold 3,000 cars. But there are some that only have space for 50.
所以说今天这个露天汽车电影院大小不一哦。老师刚刚提到说，之前在美国呢有很多的露天汽车电影院，如果很大的，它是可以大到可以容纳3000台车子。那小的呢，大概可以容纳个50台左右。
Yeah, some of the newest ones are really small. Our next sentence says, they are basically just parking lots with a movie screen in front, so they have always been popular outside of big cities.
好，所以你看要去哪里找这么大的空间呢？应该不会是在市区嘛，所以这句话就告诉你了 ，They're basically just parking lots with a movie screen in front。好，就先告诉你说，其实很基本，就是它很像是一个很大的停车场，但是带有 with a movie screen in front， 带有一个很大的荧幕放在前面，好，所以就要找大停车场的区域。你可以想想看，那会在哪里呢 ？So they have always been popular outside of big cities， 在大城之外比较郊区的地方才会出现有这么大的空地，可以容纳这么多的车，让你去看这种露天电影。
And sure enough, the drive-in theater I always go to, the Lockport Drive-in, is maybe 45-minute drive, and that's far to go see a movie, but for me, it's well worth it.
所以说今天像老师的话，他可能要市区开45分钟的车程才能够到这个露天电影院。虽然说这样开，感觉上好远哦，真的值得吗？老师说非常值得。
Our next sentence says, also, the sound has always been an issue for drive-in theaters.
好，第二个挑战是什么呢？Also 还要告诉你一个转折词，对不对？让你知道这是第二个论点了。The sound has always been an issue for driving theaters。另外一个要解决的议题啊 ，issue 就是通常来讲是你必须要去思考的考量。他们如果不讲 problem 的话，用 issue 这个字比较中性一点。problem 给人感觉就是比较负面。那 issue 的话，其实你花点时间要去想想看怎么解决的。他就告诉你 ，the sound has always been an issue。这件事情，声音这件事情总是他们必须要去思考的。For driving theaters， 他们要想到，那我怎么样让所有的人都听得到这个电影里面的声音呢？
That's exactly right. In fact, if you remember yesterday, we talked about the very first drive-in theater created by Richard M. Hollingshead in New Jersey. And he put the projector, 投影机, on the top of his car. And he nailed a screen to some trees in his yard. But where did the sound come from? Well, he just put some speakers behind the screen. So in the front, it was super loud. But in the back, you couldn't really hear. There was no way to create a balanced sound like you can in a traditional movie theater.
啊，真的这是个大问题呢。所以当初我们昨天提到的这个先生，他第一次创造出这种东西的时候，他在他的后院有没有放了这个投影机嘛？然后呢，他在那个树上绑了他的那个荧幕，对不对？那声音怎么办？声音怎么办呢？我们今天就会看到说，他是把它前面放了喇叭。可是你想想看，你坐在前面的人听起来就超大声，坐在后面的人几乎都听不到，没有办法创造一个平衡的这种乐听环境。所以在这里的话是必须要解决的一个问题。
Traditionally, the drive-in would lend moviegoers wireless speakers, or the parking spots would have speakers around them.
好，接下来呢，我们回到这个课文里头，他提到说 ，traditionally 传统上呢 ，the drive-in 这些那种汽车露天电影院，他们会借 lend moviegoers wireless speakers， 他们会借给这些来看电影的人一些那种 wireless 无线的 speakers， 你可以叫扬声器或是喇叭，借给他们喇叭 ，or the parking spot would have speakers around them。或是他们所停的位置呢，旁边刚好有那种环场的那种大喇叭，可以让我们直接听到这个电影里面的声音。
I remember both of these as a kid. We would pull. There's like a wooden post, and they have like this thing. 有点像那个电话 and you just put it in your car and how it blow and 那个你坐很靠近很特别大声，对不对？And then you could use the FM speaker in your car, but 没有特别清楚。对
所以它有点像老师提到说一个 wooden post， 就是木头做那种柱子，很像是那种喇叭的感觉。然后你靠近那个车子的时候，你可以试试收音吧。然后你要去用 FM 那个频道 radio 去调的时候呢，你会听到有点有声音，但是也不是特别清楚的那种声音哦。
That's right. That's right. Our next sentence says, later the sound would be broadcast over FM radio, just like I said. And people would tune into the theater's channel to hear the sound on their car's stereo systems.
接下来呢，就是用刚刚Chris 老师所提到的一种用法他说 later the sound would be broadcast. Broadcast 是广播，他们透过一种广播的方式，在哪里广播 over FM radio 是这种 FM 调频的这种广播系统、广播网 ，and people would tune into。当你讲 tune into 就是调到什么什么频道，后面常常讲的是 channel。好，所以这边的话 tune into the theater's channel 就会调到这个剧场的频道呢。To hear sound on their car stereo system， 在他们自己车里头的这个音响系统里面调到 FM 剧场的频道，就可以听到电影里面的声音了。
Okay, before we continue, I want to back up just a little bit to the verb lend. Let's get our highlighters. Lend, moviegoers, wireless speakers. 我们画到这边. Now, we can use lend two ways. Lend somebody something, or we can lend something to somebody.
没错，如果 lend 后面先接人的话，就直接再接东西就好了。可是如果 lend 后面先接那个东西，那这东西跟人中间需要一个 to 把它隔开来 ，lend you money, lend money to you. OK， 所以要记得这个地方在使用的时候特别注意。
That's right. I would write that down. That's really easy to forget. Lend something to somebody, lend somebody something, lend something to somebody. All right, let's continue here. This is still a popular solution used in many drive-ins, even though their rising popularity may give rise to a new wave of innovation soon.
好，接下来看这句话 ，This is still a popular solution。先到这边，它这个做法呢，依然还是一个非常非常流行的一种做法，用 FM radio 来解决这个声音处理的问题。然后它这个地方 solution 后面呢还有 used。好，这个地方要特别注意，它是 use 当着 VPP， 这个地方你可以说 which is used， 或者是 which is 把它打一个框框，可以省略掉。这个方法呢依然很流行，然后被用来怎么样 ？In many drive-ins， 在很多的露天汽车电影院都有用到。Even though their rising popularity， 虽然好，他们现在慢慢气势上来了，好 ，their rising popularity 人气高涨了之后 ，may give rise to a new wave of innovation soon。因为现在人气高涨了，也许会有一些露天汽车电影院会想说，我有没有什么方法比用 FM radio 来去传播的更好？毕竟 FM radio 可能还有一些那种比较不好的那种杂声出现嘛，一定会带起了一波。Give rise to 就是导致的意思，导致有新一波的这种革新，也许以后他们会用不同的方式来处理声音的问题。
I imagine your cars, more and more cars have Bluetooth. So I imagine they're going to start using Bluetooth. When I go to the Lockport Drive-In, we always use the FM radio. But 现在车子的喇叭很好比之前清楚多了。But there is one problem. In Texas, there used to be a gallop in, not a drive-in, but a gallop in. Maybe you know the word gallop is a word to talk about a running horse. This was a drive-in where you sat on your horse. 对，你的妈有 FM radio 吗？
这是个哇！所以说 in Texas 在德州的话，之前在德州的时候，甚至你还有一些是就是骑着马去的。好，那骑着马去的话，就不可能有 FM radio， 更不要提有蓝牙这回事。
Yeah, where's your Bluetooth on your horse?
好，要看看它的牙齿。
All right, let's finish this up today. So, although drive-in movies were once considered a thing of the past, they may be a thing of the future. That's pretty cool.
好，最后他的最后一段，他的结论很棒哦。他说 ，So although drive-in movies were once considered a thing of the past, a thing of the past 就是过去时代的产物。OK， 曾经呢，这种露天汽车电影院虽然是被认为是，哎呀，那都是以前的我爷爷奶奶在看的这种东西啦，就没想到你看看后面这句话就说了 ，They may be a thing of the future。也许到了未来，它又会卷土重来，流行复古的感觉。现在以后你的儿子孙子，说不定以后也会开始看露天汽车电影院喽。所以在这里的话 ，a thing of the future 就是相对于前面这句话讲的 a thing of the past。也许你以为是过去的产物，但是搞不好未来就是走露天汽车电影院这种路线。
If you haven't figured it out yet, I love the drive-in, and I really hope you have a chance to visit one if you go to America, where most of them are. in the future, look for a kids movie with simpler English. You'll have a great time.
没错，有机会的话，有去看看这种露天汽车电影院，然后找一部简单的合家可以观赏的东西，你会很喜欢的哦。
All right, let's get ready for vocabulary review. All right, it's time for vocabulary review. Our first word today is advantage.
Advantage 就是优势或者是好处。
The opposite is disadvantage.
前面加上 dis 的话呢，就会从好处变成了坏处 disadvantage。这种词其实还蛮常看到的，比方说像是形容词 honest 诚实，前面加了 dis dishonest 就是不诚实，这种加了 dis 变反义的，很多地方都看得到哦。
Number 2, thanks to, due to, or because of plus something or a V-I-N-G.
Thanks to, due to, because of 都是指因为后面这件事情，因为它这个地方呢有介系词的关系，所以后面必须要接名词，碰到动词改 V-I-N-G.
And 今年最后 to operate.
To operate 就是去经营管理的意思。
Well, we are out of time at Enjoy English School, but we will check you next time. I'm Chris Gorski.
I'm Anthony.
We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
第42页，休闲小站，露天汽车电影院强势回归。
The return of the drive-in. The advantages of drive-ins, like privacy and convenience, are making them popular entertainment venues once again. Thanks to inexpensive projectors and media technology, their return to popularity has actually been going on for some time now. A lot of DIY drive-in theaters popped up in the 2000s and 2010s. The format presents certain challenges, though. First of all, drive-ins need a lot of space to operate. They are basically just parking lots with a movie screen in front, so they have always been popular outside of big cities. Also, the sound has always been an issue for drive-in theaters. Traditionally, the drive-in would lend moviegoers speakers, or the parking spots would have speakers around them. Later, the sound would be broadcast over FM radio, and people would tune in to the theater's channel to hear sound on their cars' stereo systems. This is still a popular solution used in many drive-ins, even though their rising popularity may give rise to a new wave of innovation soon. So, although drive-in movies were once considered a thing of the past, they may be a thing of the future. That's pretty cool.